All right, hello families. My grade 10, 11, and 12s for the upcoming 2026-2027 school year. This is my very first announcement video for you guys. I'm excited. All you grade 10s, this is your first video from me. So you and your parents can watch this and learn about all the exciting things that are coming in the upcoming year. And there's a lot of important information I need to get through. I'm going to start with all of the information that is school wide for all my grade 10s, all my grade 11s, and all my grade 12s. And then at the end, there's a few things that if you live near to the Okanagan, you can learn about a group that I run, a school play that's happening, and some courses that you could take in person if you're interested. That'll come at the end. I also don't have my mic, so if my audio sounds a little bit funny, I apologize. Um, but we're going to get started with some of the websites you guys all need to have bookmarked if you are an HCO student. This is our online school homepage for families. So the regular website for everyone is onlineschool.ca, but this is if you're applying to our school. All of you guys have applied, all of you guys are in. So if you are in the school, in the top right corner, there's this at HCOS, and the website is onlineschool.ca/HCOS. And this is a spot that you should have bookmarked for everybody. Parents, I'm going to start off with a piece of homework that you guys have. You guys are all able to hover over this access button and go to NCOM. And this is where you are able to pay tuition for the upcoming school year. I don't think it's due until September, but I'm letting you know about it right now. So you can log in. It's $200 for the year per student. Some of you guys have multiple kids in high school, so it might be 400 if you've got two, 600 if you've got three. And if you have been with HCOs for a long time and you've had students in kindergarten to grade 9, any of those years, tuition is different in high school. Um, so there we go. But NCOM is definitely a spot where parents, you will often be going to. It's where you do all the administrative work for your kids. For instance, if a student has never logged into Brightspace, you have to set it up through a parent's NCOM account. But that leads me into my next point, which is Brightspace. So students, the reason why you want to have this bookmarked is because you are going to use Brightspace every single day to log into your courses. I'm actually going to log into Brightspace right now because I have it today, but it's going to say log in with NCOM. Now, mine is already saved, but when you log into Brightspace, you are going to use your first name, last name, not your email. So for me, it's Anthony Kuchma, and then the password that you chose. And if you haven't done the password choosing, you can email me and let me know. But when you log in, it's going to automatically do it for me. This is Brightspace, and this is where your courses will be. All right, grade 10, 11, and 12s. It's really cool. The courses that I teach are going to pop up. So I teach Anatomy and Physiology 12. I teach Geology 12. I also teach Life Sciences, and I teach Environmental Sciences. So if you were to jump into, one of these courses, it's cool. I'll just give you a quick, like, hover overview. When you guys log in, most students will click on the content button first to be able to like see their course. And you can go to the course introduction for a course to learn more about it. And I'll talk about why that's important in a minute. But yeah, this is the first website that I want you guys to have. Now, there is a ton of information on this website. This is for every family from kindergarten to grade 12. So not everything is for you guys, but there is just a ton of good links. There's our course library, there's our learning commons, and there's a bunch of links to like travel programs and student council and all this kind of stuff. But the cool thing is that there's actually a button to our innovations website, and I already have it open here. Innovations is like grade 5 to grade 12, like all of our online, um, more middle school, high school stuff. And this is a website that you want to also have bookmarked. Okay. And specifically, we're going to be hanging out in the Innovations High School. You can see there's me in the top right corner there. I've cut my hair. So if you guys knew me last year, I probably look different. But we're going to scroll down and we're going to click on the Learn More for the Innovations High School. So this is another website that I highly recommend that you bookmark. So the first one, onlineschool.ca/HCOS. And the second one is innovations.onlineschool/high-school. And I'll link this to you. You can see me there again, giving out awards at graduation ceremony, which is super exciting. But this has a bunch more information definitely dialed in towards high school students. And the first thing that I want to give a shout out to is our travel programs. I can see a bunch of familiar faces that I have taught and that I have advised for, and it's super cool to see them here on these trips. And so I'm just going to quickly let you guys know if you have no idea, we have a few different trips that you are eligible to go on. And there's actually an interest form right here that you can fill out if that is something that, you want to do. I'm going to give a quick overview. We have an adventure discipleship trip that's backpacking mixed with Christian studies and leadership. So you get to, go outside and do like a 7-day hike. It's super epic, it's super hard, and it's amazing. Those are for all of the outdoorsy people. There's one only for grade 11 and grade 12 students that goes to Europe. It's really great in either one of those years. This one is significantly more expensive than the adventure discipleship. So you actually have to have money saved up by the time you want to go on this trip, but it's super cool. There's a team that goes to Guatemala, and it's more of an outreach program. So that one pairs leadership with Christian studies, and you get to do some outreach in Guatemala. It's super, super cool. I should go back to CompSciv. CompSciv is a highly academic and spiritual program. So you get to go to Europe. You get to like read Romans in Rome. You get to read Ephesians in Ephesus. Actually, I think you go to Corinth. You read Corinthians in Corinth, something like that. You learn about history, in Rome and in London and so many of these cool places. So it's really, really cool. And then the fourth option is student council, and this is open to anyone. And it's a program. It's actually a synchronous course where you meet weekly on Zoom, and you help plan events for the entire school. So it's very, very cool and it's awesome. So if any of these are of interest to you, you can fill out your name and you can get put onto the interest pool, and then they'll communicate with you. For the SEALs, actually, I think for all of them, there actually is an interview process. So you actually have to meet with them and showcase that you would be a good candidate for it. And I could help you with that if you want to. Now, speaking of synchronous courses like the HCO Student Council, if you have chosen synchronous courses for the upcoming school year, I will link. You could pause this right now if you want to take a peek. But the grade 10, 11, and 12 synchronous classes have already been chosen. If you're with me in life science, it's on Thursdays from 11 till 12, and anatomy and physiology 12 is from 9:30 to 10:30. If you guys were around last year, these are swapped around. I had to swap them this year um, because of an overlap. Last year I taught life science first and then anatomy physiology 12, but this year I'm doing it the opposite. But these are all the synchronous classes, and if you want to find out what that looks like, that's fine. The next big thing is courses. So hopefully I have already met with you guys to do course selection for the upcoming school year. If you are watching this and we have not done course selection, then you're going to want to book a Zoom meeting with me so that we can do that. But I've got some big news. And the big news is that every single course that I have enrolled you in for the upcoming school year, unless it's a second semester course. So second semester courses don't show up until Monday, January 25th. But all of your other regular courses default to being started on August 1st. And there's a reason for that. The reason is you can go in and take a peek early. Now, Brightspace is open over the summer until August 21st. So you have from August 1st to August 21st to go in and look. You do not need to go into the course and start completing a bunch of the course content. That's not what I'm saying. But remember how I showed you that in Brightspace, you can click into the course content and you can go and check out the course introduction. Well, that is what I recommend that you do sometime between August 1st and August 21st. That way you can actually come and take a peek and see what the course is all about. Maybe you've taken an online course and you're like, oh, you know what? Um, I signed up for online math, but after watching the course intro video and after looking through a bunch of the stuff, I actually want to do it with a textbook instead or something like that. Or vice versa. Maybe you want to take an online synchronous course because you saw that the schedule's open and it actually works for your schedule. Regardless, I do want families to be logging into Brightspace. It's really important when you're taking an individualized course. So I took a screenshot from a student, and I'm using the student on purpose because she's doing English 10 individualized. So there is curriculum that you might want to find out about before September starts. So if you're taking, all online courses, there's nothing to worry about. But if you are taking a hybrid or an individualized course that requires you to get some sort of curriculum, you're going to want to do that hopefully over the summer so that it's ready and in place by September. So hopefully that makes sense. You'll be able to do that. Also, if you guys, like I said, if you haven't done course selection, let me know. Some people will be like working over the summer. We have a work experience course. I can add you to if you're going to get 100 hours, and that's pretty cool. But that's my big thing is that I definitely want, you know, students to be logging into Brightspace, checking everything out. Um, and then you can easily email your teachers. So if you look at my course and you go to the course home, you're like, who's teaching this course? Who is that guy? Oh, it's Anthony. Oh, okay. And then you can literally click on my email and you can email me and you can ask me a question about Life Science 11. You could even book a Zoom meeting with me if you want. If I was your teacher, and so you could book a Zoom call with your teacher if you wanted to find out more about something, etc., etc. So that's kind of a bunch of exciting things. Now I've got some information that is more specifically designed to students who live somewhere near the Okanagan. Okay, so there are a couple things that I want to talk to you about. Starting off with my group called Kelowna Teen Encounters. This is available to anyone who is willing to drive to Kelowna. Okay, and I have to give just a huge shout out to some of the families because I have families driving from close to Penticton and Summerland and Peachland all the way out to the Christian Valley to the east, Vernon to the north. I had people drive from Kamloops to the north west, and it was really, really awesome. I had such a good year last year doing Teen Encounters that I'm obviously doing it again this year. And what you need to know about it is that it is a full day of school with me. Okay. So it's from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m., which means parents, if you live out of town, you can drive into Kelowna, drop off your kid, go do a Costco run, grab some coffee, have some downtime. And I watch the kids during that time. Now, this does have a price tag. I'll scroll down to it. It's $175 for the year per kid. If the price tag is an issue, let me know. Um, if you guys are having, financial hardship and stuff like that. But I have an EA that I also have to pay to be there. And she helps out. I've got a new EA this year. who I've worked with in the past, and she's awesome. So there's a male and female on site for the whole day, and it's really fun. We do it at Kelowna Christian Center, which is the church that H Coast runs out of, and it's right across the street from Ben Lee, which is awesome. So students are able to bring, sports equipment if they want. They're able to bring board games and card games if they want. I have a very large collection of them at this point, but the way that the day is set up is that in the first half of the day, we do schoolwork. I start off things with the devotion, but you are actually required to bring curriculum or your laptop, bring headphones so you can actually get work done. I personally am a math and science teacher, but I can help you with any course. If you're working on an English essay, if you're working on a social studies project, honestly, there's pretty much no course that is is out of my reach to help. And same thing with the EA that I have. She's really great and awesome to help with as well. But obviously, people are a little bit more excited about the second half of the day, which is all the fun, where we go off campus. You can go grab lunch. We go to Ben Lee. We go for a walk. We throw the frisbee, have fun, come back, play board games. It's a lot. I'd say a lot of the day is weather dependent. If it's really nice out, I definitely want to go outside, and if it's pouring rain, we might still go outside, but just not for as long. But yeah, it's a really great day, and it's only once a month. I've already got all of the times or dates listed out, and they happen on Wednesdays. That's the day that I have freedom in choosing. So, uh, please sign up for this. I know that there's a lot of you guys are new homeschoolers. I've done a lot of new intake this year. I've got all the grade nines coming into grade 10. If you're looking for a way to connect with other high school students through HCOS, this is a really great way to do that. All right, so I'll end it there with talking about my group. There is also another group. This is a little bit more intense, so you'd want to be really close to Kelowna. But we have a drama production that's put on every year, and this will be the 21st year. Last year they just celebrated the 20th anniversary, and I have to say it is a really, really cool production because even me, myself, I was in the school production when I was in grade 12. So it's really, really cool. It's the same teacher, Delane Thama. She is absolutely just amazing. And so you can audition for this right now. And they are doing The Prince of Egypt, which is obviously a classic movie. And they're doing it. And so there's a bunch of different ways that you can be a part of it. And you actually get credit for this. So if you're a high school student, um, it's a big commitment, but you do get credit. There's an acting stream, which is obviously the most popular. There's a technical stream where you're actually working on like behind the stage things, spotlights, sound, um, changing or like doing makeup, all that kind of stuff. And there's also an art stream because every year they make their own props. There is so much art that goes into designing that, and so students can get credit for that, and you don't have to act. But if you're wanting to act, it's super cool. All the information is down here about like actually signing up for it. So I'll let you guys read through it and find out more that way. But this video is long. It's almost 20 minutes. I need to hit stop. But this is a pretty big summer announcement for planning out the upcoming school year. I'm super excited about the upcoming school year. There is, yeah, just a lot of excitement that happens when I get a break for the summer. I've been mountain biking. I don't know if I can show it to you. I probably can't. No. But my leg is covered in uh like big epic gashes from a huge bail that I did mountain biking this summer. And you might think, Mr. Kuchma, isn't it like a bad thing? No, that means I got to go mountain biking. I've already gone mountain biking more this summer, I think, than I did last summer altogether, and it's only July, and I still have all of August. I'm going to ride this Friday again. But it's been epic. I got to go camping with my family for 2 weeks. So, over the summer, it's good to like rest hard and play hard, and I'm going to be ready to go, go, go once September hits. And I'm also still accepting a lot. There's actually a lot of students who are applying to join HCOS. So you guys are already all in, and you guys are getting this email. But I probably have about at least another 10 students who have applied that I'm still waiting to meet with over the next week and 2 weeks and 3 weeks. So that's really exciting. It's HCOS is growing, and yeah. So I hope that you have an amazing and blessed summer, and I look forward to helping you guys out and check out your courses. And that is all for my very first video of this school year.